Hey community, this is Dr. Hugh, and today I have a very concerning study that you must know about when it comes to this and the boosters. Now, I just got back from a 7-day vacation where there was a lot of driving, so I was able to listen to a lot of YouTube videos. While I was driving, I just listened to the content and I did a lot of reading. And this study, what I'm about to show you, is going to absolutely shock you. And at the same time, I've also been watching some Netflix about opioids and the addiction to opioids in this country. And just to be frank and honest with you, our society is literally getting lied to day in and day out. And this study is a perfect example of what's happening. These pharmaceutical companies, they literally lie to make money. And as they make money, people are suffering. So this isn't Dr. Hugh's opinion. This is actually a study that came out July of 2023. So today is August 23rd, and this study came out basically July 5th of 2023. So let me get into it so you can understand the significance of this. All right, so this is a sex-specific difference in cardio injury. So this is a specific specific difference in myocardial injury incidence after COVID-19 booster. Now, this is the Moderna booster. Now, these statistics are absolutely crazy that you're actually going to see. So you can see right down here when the paper was published, it was accepted July 5th, 2023, and this has to do with the Moderna vaccination. So what they've done is they took a study of people in hospitals, and this is a fairly significant study. In this study here, they had roughly 770 clients or people that took the booster. Then what they did is you got the booster, then they measured, this is the key thing, they measured your markers for possible myocarditis. Now, if you don't know what myocarditis is, that's literally inflammation of the heart. Now, this is a pretty significant study because in here, okay, I blew it up here so you can see here 770 participants. And what they did is they measured 24 inflammatory markers. So they've measured 14 inflammatory markers. So these people got the booster, and then they measured these 14 inflammatory markers. Now, if you want to geek out and go through all this data and all that stuff, you certainly can. I'm going to give you a really good reference on YouTube right here. So if you want to go to YouTube and check out this guy right here, Dr. John Campbell, he has 2.84 million subscribers, right? So he's a powerhouse when it comes to information on YouTube. This doctor right here goes all through the details of all the statistics in the research study. So if you want to see a really good breakdown of all the stats, you're going to want to watch him, and you probably want to start to follow him because this guy is speaking truth. To be honest with you, I'm surprised that his station hasn't been banned from YouTube. I know he has. He walks a fine line, and if you watch any of his stuff, he always tells you about what he really can and cannot say. So let's get back to the study. Okay, so let's kind of go over this. So this is in hospital employees scheduled to do a booster. And basically what they found here is this was the booster, the mRNA 1273. So I'm just going to read it right here. It says, vaccinations were assessed for the mRNA 1273 vaccination-associated myocardial injury defined as acute dynamic increased in high sensitivity. This is where they go over the constant, these lab markers that would indicate that your heart's inflamed. So like before, I was telling you they have 14 different cytokines. That's just a fancy word for different inflammatory markers. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. All this stuff right here, what you're looking at that's all the statistical data, and Dr. John Campbell goes over that if you really want to know all the nitty-gritty. Like, I want to know all the nitty-gritty, so I watched it. Now, I just want to read this conclusion of this paper right here. So it says, in conclusion, myocardial injury was found to be much more common than previously thought. They thought it was like 1 in 100,000 people that would suffer myocarditis. Guess what? Not. It occurred, check this out, it occurred in 1 out of 35 people. Let me say that again. 1 in 35 people had an inflamed heart. Dude, this is crazy. No one would walk across the street if I told you you have a 1 in 35% chance of getting hit by a car. No one would walk across the street. Now, you may, if I say, well, you have 1 in 100,000 or 1 in a million probability of being hit by a car. These are the statistics that are shocking, that are suppressed in current society. Now, it also says, so 1 out of 35 people was a mild transient. It means it comes and goes, and more frequent in women versus men. So this is the moral of the story. Why isn't this on the news? What do we have? We have propaganda on how this thing is saving lives, and in reality, I see day in and day out people that have been damaged because they're not given the truth. They're not told the truth. They're told it is safe and effective. Same thing with the opioid epidemic that happened in this country. The drug companies said that was safe and it was not addictive. And it turned out to be complete 100% lies. So we should be up in arms about this, as people are getting more and more damaged. Now, at the end of the day, what do? You have to take a functional medicine approach, and you have to eliminate all the possible causes of you being inflamed. The goal against this, or one of the goals against this now induced problem here, is that our bodies are inflamed. People that have had multiple this and boosters, their bodies have become inflamed. So you have to do a systematic functional medicine program to reduce inflammation. Now, there's lots of things that can be done to reduce your inflammation. So I hope you found this valuable. If you're looking for more content, you can go to my website. I have lots of different content on there. And just remember, is where there's help, there's hope. Take care. Bye-bye.